In Munich, just stepping off the bus from Paris, here's Mary.
Good morning. This is Mary Badami for Tempo. Continuing last week's idea, some more random thoughts from a bus trip to Paris. Some thoughts on togetherness. What do you do for 12 hours on a bus trip from Munich to Paris? It's a great dramatic device for books or movies. Put a group of people together on a bus or in a roadside restaurant, watch the tensions grow. That's the movie Bus Stop and a few others of its ilk. Put some people together on a train. One of them should be a diplomatic courier at least. You have Orient Express, From Russia with Love, and similar thriller films. Lots of excitement and mystery. Put people together in any situation for several hours. You have the plots of stories like Hotel and Airport. What did we really do for 12 hours on a bus? Well, we talked a lot. As I mentioned last week, we were 25 or so women, plus 3 men. We slept a lot. Nobody claimed to have gotten a good sleep, but people were always dozing. I think we slept more than we said we did. We ate a lot, as I mentioned last week, and all kinds of foods. Some of us tried to write, but the bus was bouncing too much for comfort. Others tried to read, but they mostly strained their eyes. Thoughts on a fashion show at a famous couturier. If Alan Funt had had Candid Microphone there, that was the forerunner of his Candid Camera show. Here's what he would have heard from Mary Badami and friends. Comment number 1. Is that supposed to be a dress or a nightgown? Comment number 2. That one looks like a polka dot maternity dress my mother wore in 1941. Comment number 3. Those models aren't just braless, they're bosomless. Comment number 4. Aren't there any short skirts? And cut number 5, tremendous applause when halfway into the show, one miniskirt appeared. You know, the show reminded one of the girls of a theory she had read, that Paris stylists really hate women and take out their hostility by designing bizarre clothes for women to wear. But we left the room wondering, are the fashions really so awful, or will we be wearing them next year or the year after that? Some more thoughts on togetherness. On a bus trip like that, there's no such thing as looking your best at all times. There are mostly degrees of looking less worse. In the enforced intimacy of sharing a hotel room with a relative stranger, you always fear being stuck in the situation that J.D. Salinger calls the secret slob. In his book Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield has a similar experience with boarding school. He discovers people who are secret slobs, the ones who look really good on the outside, but have filthy hairbrushes, leave the cap off the toothpaste, and the bathroom a mess. It's always your fear when you get paired up with another woman for a stay overnight in a hotel. But most of the time, the fears are groundless. I was lucky this time. By the end of a trip like that, there are very few secrets. You find out if your roommate has a hairpiece, if she wears contact lenses, how much time she spends in front of the mirror, and whether she snores. And you know she's noticing the same about you. A final thought on a bus trip to Paris. I did meet some really nice people, and I'd gladly do it again. Next week, some random thoughts on another subject. This has been Mary Badami in Munich, in Tempo.